Hello everyone, welcome on back to Riverbend Springs. Alright, so I have decided something. That large field over there, it's our largest on the farm at least, so it's the large field for the time being. Eventually we'll combine fields and it's probably going to still be, might still be the largest, honestly. So the plan is to do soybeans in it. And I was looking through here, I was like, alright, how much is a planter going to cost? Because I switched it in 25, now it has to be a planter to plant soybeans. So we have this one here, it's 200 horsepower, and it would be able to work on the Steyr. It could plant direct with soybeans. Obviously, we're not going to buy it, we're going to rent it. But I think it's not a bad idea. Obviously, looks like sorghum is a planter too. Yeah, sorghum is too. My two favorite crops are best on planters. We'll go with the cheaper of the two. It's not going to be cheap to lease, yeah. And we might end up having it over an hour, which is a little concerning. But we'll actually have something to sell during the summer. Right now, we do not. Which does kind of hurt us. You know, there's a couple of months out of the year where all of our income would be from contracts. That's about it. I'm not sure if we'll do contracts this month. Nothing in there really was talking to me. You know, nothing really looked that great to do. I don't think so. The one I had considered, but yeah, it was a plowing one. And the last time I did a really large plow contract, it took like 2.5 hours of real time to finish. Not gonna do that again. That was on Huton not that long ago. It was not very much fun. We'll put a worker on this. A worker can probably finish this just fine today. We have two fields I would like to get the second layer of fertilizer on. So the grass field that we just obviously harvested last time, or mowed last time, that is ready. And then the oats field, I think it is, that one needs it as well. And we do have 1,000 liters of goat milk right now, so we can sell that. It's at a fairly good price. Kind of makes sense. Why wouldn't I go and sell it? I'm sure at some point we'll get some mods that plant everything. Are they the most realistic thing in the world? No, they are not. But they are nice, and you know, the convenience, obviously, of planting whatever you want. I had one in one of the last survival challenges. I brought the bales in too. Well, the most recent survival challenge. I got one of those, and it was quite nice. Quite nice. We were looking for an upgrade, and I mean, if I have to choose between something that can only work for certain crops or something that can use on everything, that becomes a pretty easy decision. It really does. Yeah, I'm hoping to get the grass field too. That should have one layer on it right now. Of course, next month we'll have to get this second layer on. It's almost ready for a harvest. This does need to be weeded, which I don't think the John Deere can pull. Oh. Yeah, this is not as wide as it could be. I think it's like a 200 horsepower thing. It's quite high. I know was it the Challenger? That pulled it just fine. will with the John Deere? That's a separate question. I do see we just recently passed 100 hours on this tractor. So we've probably put, what, 10 hours? Like 10 real hours on this thing? Trying to see where I'm missing. The second strip in here, it's best to do this way. You don't waste as much. But yeah, it's like $9 grand for us to sell the one thing of goat milk that's full. I would obviously prefer, yeah, it looks pretty good, to make it into bottled goat milk or goat cheese. The small dairy just, I don't know if it's worth it. I was looking at it and it's not going to produce much. It seems, you know, that's how a lot of the small productions seem to be so far. The sawmill and, was it the preserved food I'm using on Houton? Same thing. It's not great at even a medium scale. If you're a really small scale farm, I think it works fine for that. But I think we're going to be producing too much goat milk right now. We're going to be producing quite a bit, so I'm going to start on that side. That way I can slowly widen, or slowly make the spread more narrow. So right now we are producing quite a bit of goat milk, which is good to see. You know, that's where I'm hoping a lot of our money will come from. That's why I put so much money into it. That's why I risked it, you know? We went pretty low on the money when we went to buy them. There was a reason why I was willing to do that. Because I knew that they could potentially be very, very lucrative. I think long term, the best thing we can do is look to buy the full dairy. Get that filled up. Didn't look like they used too much water overnight, which is good. That was a concern of mine. Alright, so 1,000. Okay, we want that one. But yeah, long term, I do want to obviously get, you know, a dairy, which it's gonna be expensive. I know it. I know it. 210,000, and they are. Oh, that's not too big of a building, actually. I'm assuming it's gonna produce about the same as. Like we could make that fit somewhere in the yard almost. So that's not huge. This was a lot bigger. I might have to verify in a separate save to make sure they're the same, you know, recipes and stuff. Like they're producing the same. I would assume so. It's the same price, but this one is definitely a lot smaller. All right, so goat milk is going to the dairy. There is a dairy on the map. We'll go get it sold. We'll take the 9 grand. It'll be nice. You know, we'll have a decent amount of money into the soybeans, obviously, but we should obviously net some. It is a fairly good crop in the end, and it's going to allow us to actually sell something in the middle of the year, so we shouldn't have that huge lull in the year. That's one thing I've noticed on here as well as Houton, is that since obviously soybeans are a planter crop and we don't have one on either series, we don't have much to sell in the middle of the year, because even greenhouse products are what, February, March. Most other crops are November through January. Just something I've noticed. We could bring back those seeds when we come through. I don't think we can buy this dairy. I certainly don't remember seeing an option. $9,000, that is nice. As the contract's gotten much better, I wouldn't mind doing one since we're in the obviously middle of waiting. We could transport some wood for just over $7,000. We'd be taking it from here to down here. 13 logs. We'll do that. We haven't gotten to do that yet. I would assume it's 1, maybe 2 trips. Be a nice $7,000. We get to do something different. I haven't really did much with forestry in basically every farming sim. Outside of maybe a little bit in 17, I think it was. Was it 17? It was pretty bare bones if I remember right. We didn't have all the, productions and stuff, I don't think. I seem to remember playing co-op with someone and they were like on the farm, doing whatever. And I would be somewhere else doing some logging or, vice versa. Making some good money. Nice part is with selling that, we are basically right at where we started at for money. With selling the goat milk. I think this might be the first time we're on this side of this place here. But we're going to be doing a quick little run through. I'll just probably end up jump cutting it. And just looking for some collectibles just in case. They might be here, they might not be. There is a barn right here, this prime spot. Obviously, if I find something, I'll come back, but I think I'll probably just jump cut it. It's not usually the most interesting thing to watch somebody just run around buildings and, hope they find something. Well, I've yet to find any collectibles, but I have found a football field. I have found that. Dang, that was bad. Yeah, I've yet to see any collectibles around here. There may not be any. It's possible. I kind of feel like the football field might have something, though, right? No? I just know in Sri I think there's like 1 or 2 right around a soccer football field. Whatever you want to call it. Alright, so I actually have found something. Right there. We have 12 left now. This was going to be like my last spot I was going to look too, so. Good timing, I guess. As well as far as away from the contract I wanted to go. Like I've mentioned in the past, I don't want to, if I go somewhere new, I'll look for them. I'm not going to go way outside of my way to do it. I think that's about as far as I want to get. I think I've been here before. Pretty sure I've been here before. Well, let's get back to the contract. We can get those loaded up and brought over to be sold. And then we can get our, almost $7,000? Be nice, $7,000. We very much, we do need it. I mean, I can't be mad about $7,000. I don't think anybody would be mad About getting 7 grand. Oh, we just got 3 on that. I'm not sure how, but we just got 3 on the first thing. The real question is, how am I going to get this into here? Well, probably like that. Alright, well, that didn't go too bad. We're gonna have to make a separate trip, though. That is for certain. I did just see the worker is out of seeds. Well, I'm assuming it's out of seeds. Just said it stopped and the tank was empty. And it had quite a bit of fertilizer left. So I'm going to assume it needs some seeds. We can get that topped off and it should be able to finish out no problem. There wasn't a ton left. I'm hoping it can finish this out. Ooh, I forgot. There's that piece that's cultivated or hail damaged. We're going to get this filled up real quick. I'm going to come back with a cultivator. We're going to have to cultivate that up. But yeah, that's quite unfortunate right in that spot there. So we'll have to still finish that, obviously. I would like for this to finish so we can get the one field hoed, because I don't think the John Deere can do it. That'll be enough seeds. It should be able to finish no problem the rest of the way. Gotta turn down my mouse sensitivity. It's the number one thing I've learned when like doing any sort of front loader stuff. You turn that up. It makes it a lot easier. So if you have a mouse that you can like turn it up on the fly, it's quite nice. You can just, you know, hit a couple buttons and turn it up. What is the horsepower requirement for this? 160. How powerful is this? 116. Probably not going to work. But yeah, that's a pretty noticeable miss spot in here. I'll just have to remember that this is like this right in this spot, and that we need to come back through. And plant just this spot right here. It's unfortunate that the direct drill doesn't work with it. It would be nice if it did. Alright, there we go. Looks like they have one more strip, so we can possibly get that over to a worker. We'll get this brought down to wherever we're bringing this to. Should only be one more load after this. Alright, so it should be back here to sell this. Ooh, is it here? Might be here. No, it's here. Probably have to hit this button here. 53% completed. We got $9 for the sold wood. Not sure why we made any money from that. The contract's not even done yet. Alright, so the worker here just finished up, so I'm going to quickly grab them. And we'll get this centerpiece fixed. Then I'll get the planter emptied out. And then we'll go ahead and get it started on doing the weeding, the hoeing. I don't want to wait another month because the weeds might end up becoming large weeds, which then we need to get rid of a spraying versus what we already have. Well, it looks like there might have been a chunk that was missed, but just a little bit there. Yeah, it is kind of unfortunate that we have to cultivate the field for that, in my opinion. Is it realistic? I do want to hear that. If people actually, you know, if you're actually a farmer, if you get hail damage, do you have to cultivate that section, or could you just direct drill over it? I'm curious. So in my thought pattern, it's like, if you're able to direct drill in a harvested crop, basically, which a lot of people do, like tillage and stuff, but why wouldn't you, you know, be able to do that with a hail spot? I'd just be curious on that. There has to be a reason. Has to be a reason. Right, where are you? There it is. We'll get that returned. Not sure where that stop sign came from. It doesn't look like we got another fee either. It doesn't look like we got another hourly fee for it, which is good. Saves us a little bit of money there. Alright, off we go. We'll just quickly get this finished out, and then we can bring the rest of the logs down for the contract. Alright, there we go. So this is just about finished. There's a little bit here back here I missed. So we'll quickly grab that. Don't want to miss too much, especially since we have it out. Makes it a lot easier to get done then. And just like that, this was loaded up. Alright, so here is the last load of the logs for the contract. Bringing them to what? Willow Lumber Company? We'll get this finished out. This should be all of it. I was gonna say, if that was not all of them, then we'd have problems. Pretty big problems at that. So yeah, we made, you know, $6,750, so not too bad. Yeah, of course, you know, some good baling ones and stuff show up right when we're about to end things off. Holy. Oh. Yeah, I don't want to do that one. I had enough fun today. I had enough fun. But yeah, we have that field there all finished out. And of course, we got one contract done. We ended up making, you know, $17,000. So it was a pretty dang successful month in the end, really. So anyways, that is everything for today. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.